Hi, hello, I am Sleazy Ferret, or Lottie, and I am a mess because I've been in a tent all night. No, most of the night. So what I want to do is this is an update to the last video I put out in regards to my store closure. So since then, I have had a response back from eBay, and I'd also at the end of the video like to respond to a comment that was left on the last video. So, and by the way, thank you everyone for your help. There's a lot of good advice, and some people even did some research for me in regards to government policy, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. So, on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, the eBay community team has an MAA, basically, question and answer thing. So, the question I asked them was, good afternoon. I wonder if you could clarify an issue with a recent policy change. It would seem that a crackdown on those selling fertilised and unfertilised eggs belonging to livestock is now also affecting the sale of insect eggs. Could have done with putting a comma in there, but anyway. Is this a part of a change of policy, or is this something that is accidentally affecting the insect sales and will be fixed in the future? I, like many others, sell stick insect eggs and have done so now for a few years without issue. Hello! You coming to join me? Okay. If this is a policy change, is it due to a government-issued policy or just a site-wide change? Thank you in advance. Now, Dave from the community team got back to me and says, unfortunately, insect eggs are also included in this policy. They fall under the live animals policy. This includes pets, vertebrae, invertebrate feeder animals, and hatching eggs. I don't have any information on what caused the change. It's pretty much across the board in the UK, although some other regions do allow exceptions. I would have thought that by regions he would have meant sites, because I didn't really get the last part. Either way, the store's closed. So I'm going to reopen it on another site, aren't I? Yes. This is Quinn. Say hi, Quinn. Hi, Quinn. In regards to a comment that was left on the last video, let's see if I can get it up quickly so I can read it and not get it wrong. It says, because of more animal slavery, why we should adopt, put up for adoption, and not sell and buy. Mwah. Generally, I respond to all comments. I haven't responded to that one because my comment would be about a page long, so I'm going to explain it here. Right? Yes. So, I agree with part of it because I do think that where possible, people should adopt. I do myself. In fact, the only exception is these two ferrets. And there's a reason behind that. So let me explain my own story. For the past 15 years, me and my husband have been taking on abandoned, and I've got to be careful of the words I use because it's YouTube. So abandoned and hurt exotic animals. Generally that would be reptiles, ferrets, that kind of thing. And over the years we've taken on quite a few. All of them have needed specialised care or have been... They've all had their own individual issues, let's say. Right? Yes. Like I said, the exception being these two boys. I took these two boys on because I had just got through 15 years of cancer, bone issues in reptiles, and other harm. Animals with major issues. And it broke my heart. And I needed a break. So, my husband got these boys, didn't you? Well, didn't he? Yeah. Because, again, I needed a break. These two came from a very good home, which made it change. I do agree, like I said, adopt where you can. I don't agree with the overbreeding of animals. I don't agree with, puppy farms, all sorts of stuff. I really don't. That said, we're talking about some insects. Now, I do believe that all insects should be treated with respect and should be treated well. And I mean that. They should be treated just as well as any mammal that you own. But here's the issue. The majority of people who sell insects in the UK, so private breeders, rather than... Not you as well. Sell what's known as feeder insects. Those feeder insects are relied upon by every single reptile owner, every single bird owner. They're relied upon to feed birds in the winter. They're pretty important. And so a shutdown of private breeders means then factory farmed. Now, I'm sure that you've got some common sense and you can understand that factory farmed insects are not going to be treated half as well as private owners who, it's their love and passion, or at least it is for me. You can't just get rid of them, because then you'll end up with an awful lot of, well, dead animals. Again, we're not talking about puppies or cats or ferrets or reptiles. We are literally talking about the things that we use to feed those things. I would much prefer, I mean, a lot of my customers are grandparents and parents trying to teach their kids about different insects, about the natural world, and stick insects are a really, really good way of doing that. Yeah, you can still disagree with me, that's fine. Everyone has a right to their own opinion, but I do disagree on that point. But do adopt animals. That I do agree on. There's a hell of a lot of animals out there, especially exotics right now, because people will take them on not knowing what to do with them and then abandon them. And not a lot of people are willing to take them on, so if you can, please do. Okay, so again, thank you very much everybody for all your help. I really do appreciate it, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.